Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan, right? You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, listen, man, I want to give a big salute to everybody that's going to come into the building. And then I want to give a big salute and a big shout out to everybody that's going to watch this afterwards. You understand what I'm saying? It gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. I want to say RIP to Takeoff. I want to say RIP. You know what I mean? I want to say long live Takeoff. I want to say RIP to a young Don, a young legend, a young king. You understand me? Definitely made his mark within his hip hop thing, and definitely made his mark and left a big footstep on a culture for a lot of youngsters to follow behind. Now, you know, he was a celebrity, so they're going to make a circus out of his going away and out of his funeral. They're going to make a circus out of it, just like the people made a circus out of the last moments he spent on this earth. They made a circus out of it. So, you know, even with that, I'm still going to say RIP to that man. Salute. I want to give a big salute to everybody that's going to be in the live channel, and then I want to give a big salute to everybody that's going to watch it later. You know, the analytics say that a lot of people come in afterwards and watch this thing, right? Last but not least, man, I want to say it's a lot of bloggers right now that's partaking in that circus, and they made their way to Atlanta, and they made their way into the city, into downtown Atlanta, to be able to get footage and get drone shots and get all it, you know, to turn their channels up. And, you know, I'm not hating on anybody. Salute to everybody that's doing what they do and turning their channels up. I thought about it, and then you know what I'm saying? I could easily have shot out to Atlanta for a day or so and partook and you know, but nah, I thought about it, nah. So I said, you know what, let me just go live, and being as though the stream yards is up, being as though we got the stream yard jumping. You know, anybody that jumps in will be able to jump in. So you know, I had to really sit with this thing, right? Because I told y'all that I had some people reach out, some of my people, and my people reached out to me, and they was telling me, Big G and BTV, you feel what I'm saying? Just fall back, you know, don't get involved in this thing and all of that. And I said, okay, you know what I mean? Because I really value their words, and I really value what they bring to the table. So I took that, right? I took those conversations. I sat down, I relaxed. I did a video or so. You guys seen it. Just uploaded a video about Young Dolph. We're gonna talk about that. And I sat with it, right? And somehow today I saw everything that's going on with the funeral. You know, you see Quavo, you see Offset, you see Cardi, you just see all these people outside, and it just made me realize that nah, I'm not never going to stop talking about these artists. I'm not never going to back off these artists. I'm never going to stop talking about what I see or what I feel when it comes to anything, not even just celebrities, but anything that I feel, anything that I see that I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. Now, another thing that came to me as far as a download is, you know, it's always a million and one ways to skin a cat. Million and one ways, 101 ways, however you want to put it. It's always a gang of ways to skin a cat. So maybe, just maybe, you know, I had a little bit of extra passion talking about the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's passion in this. It's passion when you see these celebrities that, you know, if they celebrities or not, we are invested into their music. Bad and Bougie was one of the biggest songs ever. We all know the hook. We all are invested in some ways into the art that they make. And to see them get, you know, smoked and turned into packs right in front of our face, it evokes a certain passion. So maybe I was going at Houston, Texas. Maybe I was going at, you know, the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys a little extra. I was stepping on their necks a little hard. You understand me? So I realized, yeah, you know, I'm going to let somebody else do it now. Right after I get off this live stream, I'm going to edit the video that I just did, and I'm going to let some other people step on their necks. I'm going to let some other people do the talking, and I'm just going to elaborate, you know, and maybe we'll see that, you know, the people that I'm going to have in this video, we'll see if they get some bounties put on their head. We'll see if they get some bags put on their head for saying the exact same thing that a lot of these bloggers is saying. You understand me? It just made me realize, like, no, we not backing down, bro. Like, maybe I won't say your name, maybe I won't say it in that context, but what it is what it is. You know, And then I got a lot of people in my DM saying, you know, GMB, you know, God doesn't make any mistakes. And, you know, God has a plan for God. And I had to remind these people that, you know, the God that you worship probably ain't the God that I work, you know, that I'm up under. The God that you worship is not, see, the God that I'm up under, he didn't have that plan for takeoff. He didn't, that the God that I'm up under, he planned on takeoff for living old until he was old. He wanted takeoff to be able to see his grandkids. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle. Same thing with Young Dolph. God didn't have a hand in that. Yo, God, the Baphomet, he might have had a hand in that. See, the Baphomet is the one that'll take you out of here at 28 years old, get you smoked on camera, and have everybody. Yeah, that's the Baphomet. The Baphomet to have you going to get some cookies and some young, dusty, broke boys in a dirty BMW ran down on you and take you out of here. That's not the universe. That's not divine order, my G. And that's why we feel it. When these things happen, we feel the energies because it's not divine order. It's not divine order. You know, Young Dolph had a wife, he had kids, he had a whole household that he was running as a man. They not, you know, God didn't have anything to do with that. So I had to remind these people, like, when you come to me about God and you telling me God, nah. Now hold on real quick, guys. Salute to everybody. You know, we're gonna run these numbers up. And you know, I'm getting good with this thing. I done figured out how to handle it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna throw I'm gonna throw the link in the chat in a few minutes, and I'm gonna just let whoever wants to come up here and speak their piece and say how they feel about whatever, you know, do that. So I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Hold on. The link is in the chat. Uh you know, so again, you know, it's gonna be people that try to make people don't a lot of people are not able to make sense of certain catastrophic events. And the first thing they do is they say, God did it. God said that takeoff needed to be smoked like that in front of everybody. Nah, that's the wrong God. You talking about the Baphomet that had that set up for that man. So you got to start rearranging and picking and choosing what side of the fence you want, with what God you represent. And you know, it don't take long for me to be able to look at, you know, you or your content or whatever you got going on, how you talk and your music, whatever it is. If I look into it for more to less than 5 minutes, I can tell what side you want. It's hard to for me, the oracle. You understand me? It's hard for you humans and human beings to hide what they are from me, because I'm not a human. I'm not of this earth. I'm not of this planet. You understand me? Everything within me and that's of me come from the cosmos, my G, all the way down to this melanin that's on me, that's in me. You break this shit down, it's in, you know, they finding the same melanin, they finding the same breakdown inside comets, you know, asteroids. So again, you know, you know, these people, they just don't make sense. And I get the downloads. I'm direct to consumer with the cosmos. I'm direct to consumer. I don't have to go to a church. I don't have to talk to a pastor. I don't have to go do this and do that. I get the downloads directly. And I had to really sit with the fact that those boys, the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, reached out to my people and told my people to stop me from saying these things. And you know, my people, man, when they reached out, they were really upset with me, bro. And they was really all from the TikTok, nothing to do with like my YouTube channel, because they didn't even really know about my YouTube channel. But it was from that TikTok that went viral with me saying their name and saying certain things that was edited into that clip, and actually saying their names, you know, saying the print, saying their names, you know, and they didn't like that. No middleman, direct to consumer. And again, I had to sit with that, and I instantly took everything down. I instantly said, yo, I did some PR work. I got up there, I said, yo, my bad. I didn't mean to offend anybody. This what happened. And I did that, right? And then normally, if that was the right thing to do, I wouldn't think about it twice after that. But for the last couple of days, you know, that's just been on my brain, like, and it never set well with me, right? So I just recently saw some clips on YouTube of certain OG gang members and certain OG promoters expressing the same exact sentiment about the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys that I said. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a video, which I already made. I'm gonna clip them in because you already know when we get into these videos, we're gonna get into these clips, we're gonna double back and we're gonna get deeper into that angle, right? And I'm gonna let them say exactly what I said. And let's see if the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys send a hit out on them or put a bounty on them or have somebody looking for them or reach out to them. And I guarantee you it don't happen. I can almost guarantee, I can bet the house, I could bet that $100,000 pool I got back there that they not gonna reach out to that Watts gang member who said what he said. You know, so now it's starting to sound like what Charleston White said. I put a, salute to everybody that did the video. I did. Charleston White went crazy. I had to do a lot of editing in that video to get that video to be clear, but not have all the cursing and all the derogatory terms he was using, so it could be smooth for YouTube. So I had to get my editing game on point, and I did that. And a lot of people hit my DMs like, yo, a lot of people in the comments and a lot of people in my DMs like, yo, Charleston White went crazy, man, because he said something in that clip, salute to Mother Star, Specker Mother Star, the Mother Star, salute. He said something, he said a lot in that clip. He said a mouthful, right? But he also, one of the things he said was that, they pick on the weak. And now here come the downloads. Now my wheels are turning. Again, direct to consumer. I don't have to touch nothing. I don't have to really even read nothing. If I want to sharpen some things up, I can read something, but I get it straight in. And it said to me, so they pick on the weak. So it said to me, maybe they think that you're weak, Big GMB TV, the Oracle. Don't you forget the TV and always remember the Oracle. Maybe they think you weak. Maybe because that you're on YouTube and you're considered to be a blogger, right? Maybe they think they're taking you as a weak person. And this gang member that I'm gonna post in my video, my next video, what I'm dropping right behind this Young Dolph video that I just dropped. Be sure when y'all get up out this live stream, go right to the videos. I just did a Young Dolph Empire Death Row Records. Yeah, we back on that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. Let's see how they approach these guys. Let's approach these same guys that's saying the same exact thing that I said, but they actually saying it with a little more oomph, and they got a little bit more passion. You understand me? They literally, and not just those guys, right? The video that I did on YouTube, the video that got put on TikTok, I before it got taken down, I went through the comments, and everybody in the comments agreed with what I said. And you had certain people in the comments put like saying out of their mouth, right on their comments, yo, this guy smoked my man on this date, this concert. They was with Lil Boosie. I mean, giving up every time, place, and date on this person and putting their name on it. So are they going to get reached out to as well? Nah, you think that academics and see the difference between the academics and the DJ Ratchet in a Ratchet TV and Grown Man Business is the one thing that is different is that I've been hands-on with this thing before I got a YouTube. I'm not like DJ Academics. I'm not like Ratchet TV. I know exactly how to move. I know exactly what to do. And I ain't soft in no way, shape, form, or fashion, man. That Dollar Tree Cotton thing don't apply to me. So now I say, you know what? We're not gonna stop. Because this is the thing. If the downloads told me, yo, back up off that, then I'm gonna back up off that. I'm gonna take your word for it, but then I'm gonna listen and look for the downloads. And if the downloads don't fall, the cards don't fall in your favor, then I'm gonna keep going. But as a man, I'm gonna rearrange how I approach you. Maybe you feel like I was disrespecting you. So how about I say the same thing, but I say it in a respectful manner? How about that? So I'm still, Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, that's stuck right there. I'm rolling with that. Gotta give you that. The Scared Hour salute. Yeah, you're gonna remain the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys at all times. That's never gonna change. I'm never changing that. But maybe I don't say, your name so much. I just call you the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, and I'm not gonna say your name. So now you can feel how you feel, but I never said your name. I'm very articulate. I'm very articulate, and I know how to get my word and my point across without disrespecting you. But it was so much passion in what I saw happen to take off. There's so much passion what you see happen to all these artists right on camera that I start feeling like disrespecting you a little bit. I was disrespecting them boys and they daddy a little bit. You feel me? Because it was disrespectful what happened to take off. That was just highly disrespectful. Now, mind you, I'm not from Atlanta. I'm not from Houston. It's none of my business. But what come on to this content, what come on to this app, what gets produced in the narrative that get pushed to the people, that's all our business. And the narrative was they checked in with y'all. They came out there, they checked in with y'all. They was riding around Fifth Ward because they felt safe because they was with y'all. And somebody from your side was hating. I mean, I didn't seen all the tweets this young boy was putting out. They had a real hatred for the Migos. Maybe the Migos didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that. But as a big dog and as a boss, you're supposed to smell that. You know, we rolling dice for 50, 60, $70,000. Homie with the yellow sweater should not have been in the room. He ain't even got $1,000 in his pocket. That's why Quavo looked at him like that. That's why Quavo put his eyes on him, because you got to think, in a casino, when you go to those tables where it's $1,000 a bet, that separate the little puppies from the big dogs. And if you're a little puppy and you only got $1,000 in your pocket, you ain't gonna be able to go to the table where you got dudes with $40,000 in their pocket and every bet is $1,000 and up. You're not even gonna be able to be in the room. So if the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys was such big dogs and bosses, they would have already knew that. You know, homie right here, he don't need to be in the room. Homie over there, he don't need to be in the room. They ain't even got enough money in their pockets. All they got is straps on them. They protection. So they should be outside protecting the door. But they don't need to see what's going on in this room amongst the bosses. If that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, you know, that's one of those things. It's like, you ain't even know that. So instead of sending out threats to people, the bloggers, instead of reaching out to the people that blog, instead of reaching out to us, you should have had homie gift wrapped. You should have had him gift wrapped by the 6 a.m. by the next morning. He should have been at the precinct or wherever he's supposed to be at. Now y'all just look, you know, and again, I'm not gonna say it when I get off this live. I'm gonna post this video and y'all will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. You know, so cutthroat, man. So cutthroat. Exactly. So you know, if you don't got any control over your men, then you're definitely not the boss that your daddy was. And you should probably not be walking around and diddy bopping like you was your pops, because you're not built like your pop, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because when when they pops, again, I don't like to say their name, me personally, but like when their dad was younger, nobody would have pulled this stunt like that, because you already know if you did something like that to one of those artists, you got to now answer to they pops, and they pops will be at your mama house. That little young boy with the yellow sweater, his mama know who their daddy is. His mama, if she is alive, respects them boys' daddy to be like, oh, you rolling with him, senior? Oh, just make sure you stay in line, because senior don't play. Senior have it, but them puppies, the boys that grew up on that 30-acre ranch out there in Texas, the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, nah, B. Nah, and that should give all you youngsters a wake-up call, that just because these dudes act like they run a city, just because these dudes act, and this is in any city, this is nobody particular, this is anybody in any city that you feel like you might have to check in, that check-in thing is done. Let me break something down to you. You only check in with people that you know. And if you know them personally, then you know if they the boss or they not the boss. Check it. You don't need to check in with nobody. One thing these dudes is all scared of: the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, any gangster, any drug dealer, any so-called shooter or hitter. The one thing they scared of is white people. Oh, not only white people, but a white person with a badge on in a uniform, they shaking their boots. Now, Charleston White says this too, but I'm going to say it in another way. I'm going to say it a little more calmer, but we saying the same thing. You don't need to check in with no dudes that look, don't check in with none of these dudes, bro. Get 2 armed police officers, get 2 off-duty armed police officers. All you need is 2 or 1. I mean, 1 or 2. And these dudes are shivering their boots. They wouldn't dare touch you. You know what? If the police officer walk you in there and say, don't even look at this boy, They gonna all turn their back. Black men are scared of the police. 98% of black men are shook of the police, bro. You know, you know what, Renna S. I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I don't want to say nobody's name. Me personally, I'm not gonna say it out my mouth because I don't never want nobody to try to act like that I contributed to any of that. They've been wanting the big dog, the senior, they've been wanting him for a long time. In bed with them or not, they've been wanting him for a long time. And they've been waiting. They've been waiting. See, they've been waiting for his boys or somebody around him to make such a foolish decision. So they sitting back loving this right now. They can't wait. Hey, we not gonna make no moves. Let's let them put him to rest so we can do what we need to do. That has nothing to do with any bloggers. It's just disgusting to me that they even tried to make it like the bloggers had these dudes don't even. So you got these dudes that so-called bosses, and they don't even understand that bosses take full accountability for their soldiers. They take full accountability for their losses. They take full accountability for everything. That's what the boss does. They don't get to looking at bloggers. They don't get to looking at news outlets. They don't get to blaming the flunkies for doing what they did. If you was a boss, if you are a boss, you have to hold it all. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And if you so-called the one with the crown on, then your head is heavy. And it's just was disgusting, bro. So I love the homie that reached out to me because that's my big, he's definitely older than me and his word means a lot to me. But what I learned with age is I don't care. As a man, we not going to fully agree on anything. Any man that fully agrees with another man 100% of the time, I couldn't be around him and I can't respect him. So I took the big homie word in stride and I sat down and I said, you know what? I'm going to still speak on this and I'm still going to skin this cat, but I'm going to do it respectfully, man. I was very passionate, man. I told y'all, I saw the video of PNB Rock last month or a couple months ago. And it traumatized me, bro. Like I couldn't sleep for real for like a month. I was going to sleep at like 4 a.m. every night, no matter how hard I tried to go to sleep, because all I could see is that young man swimming in blood. Like he was on that dirty cafeteria floor, and he it looked like he was passed away. And he start trying to get up and move, and it was like, I just couldn't unsee it. So to see what happened to Takeoff, and I didn't even watch the video, but to like see his uncle and all that, it's just disgusting to me. And I don't care who your family is. I don't care who you roll with. I don't care what your last name is. I don't care who your daddy is, man. That's utterly ridiculous, bro. And you got to be in a position. And I asked for this because when Nipsey got killed, I remember asking the universe. I remember just saying out loud, like, man, I wish I had a way, because I just wanted to say something. When they killed Nipsey Hussle, man, it just broke me, man. And I just wanted to be able to say something. And I didn't have a platform yet. My platform wasn't big. I didn't have a platform. I was still just a consumer on YouTube. And soon after that, you know what I'm saying, I started making videos about Choke No Joke. And then Young Dolph got smoked. And when Young Dolph died, I was able to speak the same way I would have spoke about Nipsey, and my page started growing. So I knew I had something. And, it's no way possible, bro. I wouldn't care who your family is. I wouldn't care what you supposedly got. I seen text messages. I seen a list with bloggers on it. And I ain't gonna lie, it kind of threw me off because, again, a lot of this blogging thing is uncharted territory for me. I know about 5%. I done been in the water about 5%, but the other 95% is uncharted. So for me to see like a list of bloggers and they sending bounties on these people, they literally sending people to try to find these bloggers. As soon as I saw that list, that night, I start hearing bloggers like Ratchet TV and a few other bloggers actually speaking out like, yo, somebody reached out, somebody did this, I got a phone call, I got this, and this is a real thing. And it's like you trying to pump fear into people that you might think are weak. It's disgusting, bro. But all I got to do is get a badge. All I got to do is go get a white man with a badge, and y'all are bowed to his feet. Y'all, they suckers, B. They soft as Dollar Tree cotton. I'm talking about 10 fresh bags of that Dollar Tree cotton. 10 fresh bags of that Dollar Tree cotton, man. Stop checking in with black dudes. They soft, my G. The majority of these black men are a dussy. Dussy. They Frank eaters. Get you some cops, bro. Get you some real fed police officers and walk around with them and make sure they white. I don't care. I don't care how long this black man been security. I don't care. Go get you a fresh, young white man. Oh, go to the Army and Navy's. Let me give you some game, right? You can get you a white guy that's your homeboy. He could just be a regular college student. You can go to the Army and Navy store, get him like a police uniform type of outfit. You can go to the Army Navy store. You can buy him a badge. And then you go to the Army Navy store and get him a police hat as well. And they will bow to his feet. And this guy has not even in law enforcement. That's how soft these dudes are. That's how Dollar Tree cotton soft these dudes is. I guarantee you. Now, Quavo and Offset, they had Migo bands with them. Now, I would listen. If you're gonna have a black person with you, then you need to have a Lil Tim with you. If you're gonna have a black man with you, he need to be Little Tim. I want to give a big salute and a big shout out to Lil Tim. I'm sending my energy to you, Lil Tim, because if Amigo bands thought like you, Lil Tim, Takeoff would still be here. So you want to demonize Lil Tim for protecting the asset, for protecting his homie, killing behind it. Migo bands, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. You got a lot. I'm sure you got a lot to answer for to the family, and you got a lot because as soon as it went up, as soon as somebody raised their voice, you supposed to drew down and said, "Everybody back up." Everybody back up. I said, back up now. Quavo, go this way. We making the exit. Oh, and if somebody we laying something down there. Somebody got to get laid down there. Simple and plain. So I want to give a big salute to Little Tim. But I'm going to tell you this. It's not a lot of Little Tims out there. Oh, it's not a lot of little Tommy Tims. It ain't too many Timmy Toms and Tommy Tims and Tommy Tims and Timmy Toms out there. Now you got a lot of imposters that act like they Timmy Toms and Tommy Tims, but they ain't little Timmys. Oh no, they ain't little Timmys. Far from a little Timmy. Little Timmy Tom is a rare breed. Little Timmy Tom, little Tommy Tim, little Timmy is a diamond in the rough. Oh, if you get your hands on a little Tim and a little Timmy Tom, who as soon as he sees something happen, he gonna get out the truck and he ain't gonna ask no questions. You need to pay him. But that's gonna be hard to find. So what you need to do is get you a nice blonde hair, blue-eyed white man. Oh, make sure he got blonde hair. Don't make his hair black. Don't make his hair brown. That dog fur need to be blonde. Oh, the dog fur. The dog fur need to be blonde. So give me 2 seconds. Let me get this download out. Make sure that the dog fur is blonde and the white man got blue eyes. Oh, he ain't even got to be a police officer. I said you could go to the Army Navy store and you can literally get a badge and a hat. And all of these so-called black gangsters will bow down. They will say, oh, he got the police with him. Don't touch him because he got the police with him. Oh, please don't hit him. And you will make it home to your family. You will make it home to your family. So, yeah, we're going to bring somebody up. We got a Mother Star right here. Hold on real quick. We're going to add her to the live chat. Salute, Mother Star. What's going on?
Peace and love. How you doing? Peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love, 10-4.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the fact how quiet it is. Like, even with the O.J. Simpson trial, it was footage for everything, footage for the young Dolph situation, footage for everything, but everything getting swept under the rug. Other bloggers done brought the fact out that they TMZ edited the footage.
Yeah.
So, like, it make you wonder, like, who really is Jay Prince? That he have that type of power. You know, it kind of made me think about what Orlando Brown said. And I don't mean to go off topic, but it's on topic. He was saying how Bill Cosby was Walt Disney and then when they be switching bodies, and then when they body gets switched, Bill Cosby is in 80 something years old going to court talking about he ain't do it but for molesting children. So it made me wonder, like, who is Jay Prince, like who he done switched bodies with. So we're seeing the people that sold their souls live out their destiny, and the gruesome end results of their decisions that they made in the past when the devil come to collect. And they're filming it, right? Supposedly they filmed it. King Von was filmed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So where's the footage at? People want to know, like, where's the footage at? Who killed that man?
Oh, Little Timmy Tom did that.
Oh, nah, I'm talking about for Takeoff.
Oh, see the thing, yeah. Well, homie that you talking about, who is he? He's the same person. He ain't switched nobody. That's the same. That ain't nobody been switched with homie that you talking about. It's power, man. He's powerful. Powerful. I mean, it's just that simple. So when you asking where's the footage of, with all these bloggers asking why nobody's been put into handcuffs or this, that, and the third. When you got that much power, bro, when you got that much power, even my platform that's we approaching 14,000 subscribers, but it's a considerably small platform to the grand scheme of things. I started getting phone calls. It's a real thing, bro. And the people who reached out to me, no, I'm not Dollar Tree cotton soft. So they needed to send me text messages. They needed to show me something. They couldn't just tell me. And I seen a list. So, them people powerful. That man powerful.
Somebody was on another show that I was watching. They was talking about don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. How that white man had a hit list and he is going into the hood checking the list off. So yeah, and then some of the other bloggers like, yo, y'all think my life in danger?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, like you said, you got to pick those battles wisely. I mean, if this is something that you know what, it's greater than what we think. And so I think a lot of people's voices and they think that people's just little street niggers, so to speak, but they have very keen minds where they can pick up on certain details and debunk the fact that videos have been edited and what's really happening. They're showing it live every night. You know what I'm saying? The more everybody keep getting together, putting our heads together, talking about it, we figuring things out. And it's like, it's the age of Aquarius. They don't want that to be exposed.
Yeah. I say it all the time, man. I already know my voice is very powerful. You understand? So subscribers, we're gonna grow organically. But as far as the voice go, powerful, and we more powerful than CNN. We more powerful than Fox News. We more powerful than the Breakfast Club. I mean, and they know that. If the subscribers, if the investors want to really believe that or not, that's cool. But the higher ups and elites, they know. So when I get off this, I'm gonna drop a video talking about all of this, and the clips are going to be very powerful clips. So I suggest y'all make sure you watch that video. Make sure you watch the clips, because these guys that are what we saying, these guys are saying as well. But I don't think they're going to get a bounty. I don't think they're going to end up on a list, these guys. So it's a lot. It's really about, and like you said, picking your wars, right? I had to really sit with that. It's about picking the wars, but then it's about figuring out the right way to skin the cat. There's 1,000,001 ways to skin the cat, right?
Being strategic.
Yeah, you can approach the same war differently. And that's what I came to the conclusion. That's what the downloads told me. I was a little overly passionate about the situation, so I might have been disrespected, a little disrespectful.
I think you did fine, and I think that you have a First Amendment right of freedom of speech. And who are these people that think they could come and tell you that you don't have the right to, use your First Amendment voice? You feel me? So that's real deep. It's definitely something that I would like to look into to see what's going on in the spirit realm about, like these people that's on this hit list, because YouTube know where people live at. They send you checks, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a real thing. It's really a real thing. And you have the freedom of speech. But this is what I tell my youngsters all the time. They not taking away the freedom of speech. You can say what you want. I tell white people all the time when we talk about the N-word, why can't I say this? No, you can say it, but the repercussions and consequences that come behind what you say, you need to be able to handle that. So say what you want. And you can get on YouTube and say whatever you want to say. But if somebody, it's consequences behind the things you say is consequences behind the context and the way you say things. It's always a way that you can get. It's a loophole in all of it. And what I
Yes,
really,
the
with
inverted
me,
world.
yeah, with me is just just be respect. I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm just not gonna totally disrespect you. You gotta always lead with respect. Always lead with respect, because if you lead with disrespect, you can't get mad about somebody disrespecting you back. You can't
The
tell
truth,
somebody how to
the
react.
truth could never be disrespectful. And I feel like with you, I feel like you got a good character, and I always preach to the other, people that I come in contact with. You got to have good character. I don't think CW got good character. Sometimes I rock with what he's saying and I get the satire, and sometimes I don't rock with that because you're disrespecting children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you have good character, the truth can never be disrespectful. It is what it is.
CW was talking about T.I.'s kids. The things he said was 100% right. If I
Yeah.
address you as a man, and your child say something, then you supposed to check your kid. You're supposed to put your hey, boy, don't get involved with this grown man business going on. You a child, you stay in your place. But the way he said it, you're gonna smoke your kid like Trayvon Martin. You can't. He's told the
Yeah.
truth. He
He
told
took
the
he takes
exact
things too
truth.
far.
And he just said it in a disrespectful manner. Where now that the way you said it, I'm not gonna comprehend it how you trying to give it, because it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he
salute,
was
brother.
calling King Yella daughter a little ugly girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that, you're
yeah,
taking things too far. That's your own opinion. That's not the character, bro. Don't try to hide behind saying this is a role you playing. Nah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
you, bro. That's your real character coming out. You
yeah,
got
yeah,
bad character, and it's gonna
yeah,
catch up with you. Because the
yeah,
right person is gonna defend the honor of their daughter, their mother, their sister. Because he on there now talking about how all the rappers that died, their moms was trying to give the draws up to them. Now,
yeah,
after he was talking about paying their car notes and stuff, I said, "Oh, this is getting real messy. Straight
yeah.
disrespect."
Yeah. Salute. So look, I truly appreciate you coming through, Mother Stars. Make sure you stay in the chat. We're gonna get some other people. I got some other people in the background. I'm gonna bring them up as well. And stay in the chat. If you want to come back up, I'll definitely bring you back up.
Okay, no problem.
For sure.
Peace
Salute,
and love,
salute.
everybody.
Yeah, peace and love. Salute. So yeah, exactly what she's saying. It's really about how you saying it. Salute to everybody in the background. I'm gonna leave Mother Star right there. I might bring her back. It's really about how you saying it, and that's what I was saying about, this is a different realm that we playing. This is a portal right here, this YouTube thing. It's a portal, just like television, just like radio, any platform with content being pushed out, you're able to create a narrative that will possibly, dictate how the masses move. Yeah, I like how I put that. It's possible you could possibly dictate how the masses move. That is a portal. So Charleston White, just like she said, right? Let me tell you something. In the beginning, Charleston White had such a powerful message that I was like rocking with Charleston White. Then he started saying certain things about like women and kids, and I was like, damn, I don't know, my boy. Like that's a little like I get what you're saying, but you're not articulate enough to really say these things. You need to be able to articulate yourself in a manner where you can get this across, and not to say not offend somebody, because if you offend somebody, it is what it is. But you need to be able to get this thing across more proper, right? And then I find myself with this takeoff thing, just being so enraged with what they did to that young man, a 28-year-old black man, dog, amongst black people, bro. That I felt like I was going the Charleston White route. Like I was calling them, I was saying all of their names, every son, his daddy. I was telling everybody with the feds. I'm talking about I would get on the live, bro, and just really release. You understand me? And then that's what brought that energy. Any time before that, I've never had, and I done did over 300 videos. I've never had anybody. I done talked about Empire, Death Row. I done talked about Young Dolph. I done talked about Mo 3. I done talked about a lot of different situations. And this the first time where them people was like, yo, hold up. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really, as a man, I had to look at myself for a second and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Okay, hold up. Let me digress. Let me backtrack. I'm gonna fix that right there, and then we gonna move forward. Because I'm not letting off your neck. Yeah, I'm not gonna let off your neck. And you know, at the end of the day, that's another reason why we got these live streams up. I want to rub shoulders with the people. Salute to everybody in the chat. We only growing organically, man. We going up. Salute to everybody back. You know, and I guess this is backstage right here. I'm gonna start bringing y'all up in a minute. I'm gonna start bringing y'all up. But listen, you got to show your face too. And salute to Queen Regina. I think that was her name yesterday. The older lady that spoke to me. Spoke real positive vibes and gave me some good info on this whole StreamYard thing. Like, you need to show your face when you in this backstage. I need to see you, and you need to have a name under there, because I can't pull you up and then it's like some kind of porno thing or whatever she was saying gonna happen to disrupt the chat and disrupt the monetization of this thing. So yeah, man. You know, Takeoff Funeral is today. I saw a bunch of bloggers out there right now with their drones out, and they making a circus out of this thing. You know, they already made a circus out of his death. When they killed him, they recorded him, and we saw him die, right? Well, I didn't watch it, but a lot of people saw that video, and now they making a circus and a concert out of his funeral. What you got to understand is that's a part of the situation where I'm just not connected to. That's the celebrity part. That's the ritual. That's the whole ritual thing that I speak against. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't go out there. I didn't really want any part of that. It's deep. It's wicked. It's a deep rabbit hole, bro. Because I rock with Takeoff, but then you look at his aura and you look at his spirit, and you know what he was dealing with and who he was rocking with. It looked like it was necessary and it was supposed to happen, but I'm still kind of fighting with that. I just believe like that I can believe. Listen, let me hold up. Hey, look. Hey, Andy, right? They sold out the Hawks Arena, my G. Like, everybody and anybody is at this. It's a basketball arena. They sold out. So I wouldn't put it past Lil Cam or whoever to be at homie funeral. I just want them to hurry up and go ahead and do the funeral. Get this circus over with. You know what I'm saying? Get the circus done with. Get the whole show, the parade, everything they're gonna do, the whole ritual. Get it over with, right? And then I want to just sit back and see what's about to take place, because when it's too quiet, that's when a storm is coming. Oh, it's the calm before the storm, my G. It's the calm before the storm. Mother Star, she said, it's too quiet. Where's the videos and where's that? It get real quiet before that hurricane hit. It get real calm and real still before that destruction come. You understand me? So I can feel that. The downloads, I get that. And that's the circus that I want to see. I don't want to see Offset or Off Take. I'm sure him and Quavo got together and they kumbaya, and they probably gonna do some more music now. They gonna continue their career together, and Cardi B, and I ain't into all of that. I'm more into what's about to happen afterwards, because maybe nobody pays for this. Maybe nobody's held accountable for this, and it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You know the slogan. But maybe somebody is held accountable for this. Maybe somebody is made example of publicly, because it's all going to be public. They don't let these things go down in private. You got to get crucified for us all to see. Yeah, just like they hung him up on that thing, whatever it was. Some people come in my comments and say, yeah, they hung him on the cross. Some people come in my comments and say, hey, Big G and BTV, they hung him on a tree. I don't know. I wasn't there. But wherever they hung him at, it was for all to see. So why would you think you're going to get crucified in private? Why would you think that your sacrifice is going to be in private? Oh, it is what it is. And it'll be, yeah, man. I'm going to tell you this. Let me go a little bit deeper, right? Let me go a little bit deeper, right? Regardless of who or what, if anybody goes to jail, I don't wish jail on anybody, but let's just say somebody goes to jail. Do you think that that's going to be enough to pay for this body? The people in Atlanta, the people that rock with Quavo and Migos and all them boys, the real people, they want some type of get back, and not just the people that's in their close circle. I'm talking about fans. I'm talking about the Roman days. They used to watch the gladiators, and people want blood. They want to see somebody go. Then they want to be able to report on it. They want to be able to talk about it. They want to see and they smell blood. So everybody, trust me, it's energies out there praying over that family that something happens to them. Oh, wait till y'all see my next video. Salute to that promoter who just spoke his piece. I got his whole clip gonna be in there. And then I got one of these. Yeah, I got a big dog over there on the West Coast saying the same exact thing. Like it's a like. They won't listen. The audience want to see blood. When the gladiators is in the ring, when the gladiators is doing a thing, we want to see somebody get smoked. That's why it's a bunch of gladiators in the ring with knives. You got a bear in there, you got a tiger in there, you got a lion in there, because it ain't no way out. So do you think that if somebody lays down behind this, if somebody goes to jail behind this, that everybody gonna say, oh yeah, they got to shoot. Yeah, Lil Cam went to jail. Thank you. Now we can move on with our life. Nah. This body, man, with Takeoff being one of the quiet Migos, with Takeoff being one of the guys that, you know, didn't have beef, was very well spoken, was very respectful, getting his head and his dreads blown off the way they did that boy, like it's going, you know, and again, that's something they said that I was saying that they didn't, they were saying, they don't say that, Big G and BTV. Y'all, you talking about a war. You was up there and you said that he started a war. Well, I didn't really know how else to put it, bro. I don't know how else to put it. I'm not even in Atlanta, and I can feel the energy from Atlanta. If I was from Houston and I had like Houston, if I had like Texas plates on my car and I was in Atlanta, I would be nervous in the mud just to be driving through there and as a civilian, as a civilian, you know what I'm saying? It's the energy is strong, and a lot of y'all, you just, you know, you smoke a lot of weed, and you know, I no disrespect to weed smokers, and you do a lot of things, and you're not, you know, you can't really see clear through that third eye. I'm just very clear-minded. I can see, I feel these things, and I've learned not to fight those feelings. I indulge in them. I don't fight them. I feel them, and then I break them down, and I dissect it, and I feel it. I don't run from no feelings, bad, good, negative, positive. If I feel it, I sit with it. I don't smoke a bunch of weed to run from it. I don't take 2, 3, 4 shots to get away from it. I don't do none of that. Yeah. So that energy is strong. And, you know, I was saying these things, bro, somebody got to pay. These are the things that I was saying that they were saying, yo, you shouldn't say this. And why was you saying that? And, you know, why. And I was like, damn, you know, maybe I just need to mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I just was mind my business. And then I realized that this is all of our business. That's why it was done in public. That's why he got crucified in public, because God's telling me this belongs to all of us. Every time we see one of these rappers get their head blown off, Young Dolph, just did a video about Young Dolph. How do you think I got the traction I got? I was already on YouTube. I started talking about Dolph. I started giving up game about Dolph. Mad people, you know, listen, you know, you wouldn't believe how many people are still in my comments on them Young Dolph videos that I used to do. People still have debates in and out these comments about, I mean, I did that shit almost a year ago. So the voice is powerful, man. You know, salute to everybody that's in the chat. Star, you want to come back in? You got something you want to say, Mother Star? I'll bring you back in. If you want to come back in, hold on real quick. Go ahead. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. There you go. You on.
All right. Now, I just wanted to say the reason why everybody is speaking of war right now is because the planet Mars, which is the planet of warfare, violence, bloodshed, murder, brute force energy, right, is the god of war, is in retrograde right now. So it's going to be in retrograde. It went into retrograde around probably the 28th or 30th of October when all this stuff was going on. Pluto just came out of retrograde, which is the planet of death, right? Life, rebirth, rejuvenation, transformation. And that's the slowest moving planet around the sun. So that energy is still there. You're going to get violent deaths taking place, right? And so Mars is going to be in retrograde until around January 13th, 2023. So we're going to talk about warfare. It's war. You know, this is the energy for warfare right now. You know, it was some other things that took place too. He died on a Tuesday. Tuesday ruled by Mars. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. Quavo was a Mars. He had a red shirt on. One of the brothers was born birthday was he is Scorpio, so that's that Pluto energy. That he got caught in between. And people were like, oh, he got caught in the crossfire. It was the Day of the Dead. The Day of the Dead is a holiday in which if you owe the spirits of the dead any type of offerings, that's the day you better pay up. That's the last day to pay up. So, and
November,
it's a Catholic.
Like November the 1st. Is that what that is?
Yeah, November the 1st and 2nd. So it's like a 3-day holiday. October 31st is Halloween. All Souls Day, Day of the Dead. So
see, that's what I'm talking
too
about,
much
man.
energy against him.
That knowledge right there, because I've been hearing a lot about that. I've been hearing a lot because I think it was Dolph. It's been a lot of Mo3. It's been a lot of these celebrities that been taken out in November.
Yeah,
I just never knew the science behind that. So yeah, keep going out. Keep going with that.
So yeah, 11. That's Scorpion energy. By the time we get to like October 26th, we move like around that time, and that's like Scorpio energy. That's that death energy. They know, these people are into occult, which hidden things, they know how to use the energies against us. They look at our birth chart.
Yeah.
The great zodiac wheel. They look at our energies in the chart and they get us on the downside, is what I learned. That's why we have to study ourselves, whether people believe in it or not. I don't really care about the belief system. I just care, go look into it and study it. The energies don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's powerful. That's next level. See, that's another reason why I had to get this StreamYard thing going, because I already know, like I know what I bring. I feel what I can bring to the table. But then when you get to rub shoulders with other entities and other energies that have other knowledges, man, you just put everything together and it goes up. You feel me? So that's fire, because you just gave me some, because like I said, I've been hearing that over, and then you do these videos and they say, yo, why are people getting killed in November? This, that, and the third is because of this. He got, Takeoff got killed on November the 1st, and his funeral is on November 11th, and it's 1/1, all of these weird things, right?
Yeah, but he's a Takeoff was a Gemini, right? But we don't know where his placement at in his zodiac chart, where Pluto is. We don't know where Mars. Obviously, he was in the detriment because he out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the energies touched him. And the energies play out through people on the earth. We're great balls of energy. Our hair is antennas. That energy comes down here. Our hair absorb it. Our body absorb the sunlight, and we get it. And in psychology, your behavior, it comes off of electrical or chemical impulses. If people drinking liquor, that's chemical impulse. If your hormones, chemical impulse. If you are using drugs, it alters your chemical, balance. And then it's the electrical impulses of just your feet being on the earth, the electromagnetic field, and how that energy play out. So that's really, what we see taking place here.
Exactly. Not to go left, right, but I was, salute to Rashad. What's the boy name? Rashad. He was talking about the trees, and what you were saying about the hair, because I always get to talking about dog fur. People are all in my DMs like, yo, why are you saying this about? But it's like, yo, that shit is dog fur, and it's like a dog fur, right? But then we are like dreads or hair, right? If you grow it long, it's almost like roots of a tree. And what he was saying was, back in the day, the ancestors would lay their dreads down on the roots of these trees and be able to download information from the cosmos, because the trees were so big. It was like these ancient trees that went all the way up into the clouds, and we was able to download. So yeah, like antennas, what you just said, just kind of, that's what came to me when you said antennas. The hair is like antennas.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. My phone is about to die, so that was all that I came to say. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right.
Appreciate it, Mother Star. Next time,
no doubt.
Tap in, tap out. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Peace and love.
All right, 10-4. Yeah, big dog. I like that. Look, we gonna get and this right here is the second live stream. This is the second StreamYard I did. The first one I had to figure out how to get the link in the bio and the link in the comments and all of that. So we in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we do go live, we're gonna be bringing people on. We're gonna be chopping game. Salute the mother star. You know what I'm saying? Very knowledgeable. Good wisdom right there. That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, man. I just believe that everybody needs to get more in tune with who they are and feel like Takeoff felt something that night. Everybody was saying that, you know, Takeoff was in another dimension and, you know, he knew something was going to happen and he knew he was going to nah, he didn't know. He wasn't supposed to. It could have been, that could have been fixed. That could have been, he could have got out of that. But the downloads was coming into him. And because he was so high off that Zaza, because you could tell that Zaza, whatever the weed they gave him was some fire. You see them smoking weed all the time, the Migos. Anytime you see them, they smoking weed, they smoke a lot of weed. So they have a very high tolerance. But whatever that weed was he was smoking that night, in his eyes, bro, he just looked like, salute. He just looked like he was super high, you know. And when you got that weed in you, you got that lean in you, the downloads are coming, bro. You in the death trap. Y'all in danger. You done lost all this money, Quavo. Go ahead and get up out of here. But you can't hear past the noise. All the people in the room screaming, throwing taunting you and talking to you. You can't hear past the noise, and you're too high, so you can't see past the smoke and mirrors. And by the time they receive that, let me show you something. Let me tell you something. Quavo was arguing with the young man in the crowd, right? And then if you notice, Quavo just boom out of nowhere. Quavo was like, "Let's get out of here, man. I might have to hurt somebody," right? And then not only that, the witnesses said that Takeoff just jumped up out of nowhere and got hit by a bullet. I mean, he was very calm, and then he jumped up and he got hit by a bullet. And it gave me the chills every time I think about it, because I know what that was. I know that that's exactly when they received the downloads that their life was in danger. When Quavo out of nowhere said, "Hey man, let's get out of here. I don't want to have to hurt nobody." He said he didn't want to have to hurt nobody because he was still trying to save face, because homie, you know, he was being taunted and he was being disrespected. So he was still trying to save face. But he said, "I need to get out of here. Everybody go this way." But by the time he received that download, bro, he was already 6 feet. He was already knee deep in a death trap. Oh, by the time he received the download, they had a guy over there in the yellow sweater flanking the back. They had another guy in the white hat or white shirt standing right there. They got another guy over there with you ain't getting out of this death trap. You didn't walk too far in. It's like walking into a snake pit. You done walked into a snake pit. If you had your headphones off, you would have heard the rattles in that snake pit rattling. But because you got your headphones on, because you high is all outside. I mean, you smoking some Zaza that they just flew in from Oregon. You don't know what kind of Zaza it is. You just high as gas. Yeah, you hide in the gas bill. You can't hear the rattles rattling. You walk into a snake pit and you done stepped on the snakes. It's too late to turn around. You're gonna get bit, bro. You understand? You're gonna get bit, bro. No way around it. No way around it. So, you know, the downloads, what came to me said, go up there. You know, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start watching a little bit of this. I guess I'm gonna watch some of this funeral, man, and see what they got going on. And you know, some people live streaming it, so I'll watch it from their page. But I don't want to make anything off it. I don't want to get any views off it. I don't want to get no monetization off it. You know, and I'm definitely going to tune into that to just see what's going on with that. But I wanted to tap in with the people. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know, I'm excited about this StreamYard thing, man. I think I'm gonna upgrade my little thing with it and get it popping. So I think they take the StreamYard thing off the top, upgrade it. But it's fun, bro. You know, I could bring anybody in. We can go 3, 4. Could go. I'm looking at the backstage. Now I see how Ratchet be handling. Ratchet be doing this like a DJ, man. You get to clicking in and out and click. Whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? I hate people don't listen. Then you trust the family. Yeah, man. You can't trust other beings on it. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't trust them, but you can only trust other beings on this in this realm or on this earth to a certain extent. You can only give them a little. You can't trust them 100%. So when homie, let me give you an example, right? You meet a girl, she say, "Big G and B, you know, you a cutie. I want you to come see me." And then you say, "Okay, I'm gonna come check you out." You know what I mean? I'm gonna come see you where you stay at. And she say, "Yeah, I stay out Young's Park, because where I'm from in Norfolk, Virginia, Young's Park is a dangerous area, right?" Let me go even more dangerous. I'll be like, "Yo, where you stay at?" So then she say, "I stay out P Town in Portsmouth." Portsmouth? You stay in Portsmouth? All right. And she said, "You all right, G and B? You good? You could come out here. I mean, you good. Come see me. You all right?" And you so excited, you don't hear the downloads. You can't see through the smoke and mirrors. You ain't told yourself one time, "Yo, Portsmouth is wild. How about, I don't think I'm gonna risk that one." You so anxious to see Shorty, you drive through that tunnel and you go to Portsmouth. She done told you you're good. She said, "Trust me, everything will be fine." You pull up to a house, you hop out the car, you walk up, and there's 40 dudes outside. There's 40 dudes outside her apartment complex, and they looking at you like you crazy. And you go in the house and you like, "Yo, I thought everything." She like, "No, you good." And you walk out the house and you get robbed 3 in the morning trying to get to your car and possibly killed. Because you trusted a bit. You can't trust, you know what to do and what not to do. We all know what to do. And I'm gonna tell you, Takeoff knew they was in too deep. You know, they keep saying that Takeoff, hold on, guys. They keep saying that Takeoff swung on somebody. I don't know if that's true or not. But I will say, if he did swing on somebody, it was too late. He had already felt, by the time he got that download, it was too late. You feel me? Exactly. Never did. Exactly. You know, there's so many songs that say that. Mob Deep had a song. I can't remember. It was on like the Hell on Earth album. And Havoc had a song like that where he got robbed and tie up. Onyx got a song called Veronica, where they go to the girl Veronica's house. They wait, you know, they do what they do. She cooked for them. He wakes up, Sticky Finger wakes up, and it's some dudes duct taping him up. Like, these are songs I heard my whole life. That's why I was able to give that analogy. I was able to give that example very easily. The downloads, I don't just receive the download. We all do. We all receive the download. Everybody in the chat right now, close your mouth. Close your mouth and say Big G and B TV, the Oracle. And don't you forget the TV, and you better not always, don't forget the TV, and you better remember the Oracle. Say that, Big G and B TV, close your mouth. That voice is going to give you the download. Now, if you want to take that voice, if you want to roll with that voice, if you trust that voice or not, that's out of my hands. I'm one of the ones that learn how to trust that voice. I don't go against it. If I don't know for sure, if I feel like I want to go against it, then I'll sit on it. My people call me, they say, "Yo, whoop, whoop, don't say whoop, don't say nothing." The voice in my head was saying something different. I sat on it for a couple of days and came to the conclusion that I'm not going to say what I was saying, but I'm going to say what I want to say in a different way. And I'm going to still get my point across because I can articulate myself on a certain level. See how that works? I didn't just stop talking about it, or I didn't just keep talking about it. I sat with that voice. I sat with God and had dialogue. How can you can hear this vibration without speaking and without using your ears? Think how deep that is. Think how deep that is, that you can hear this vibration without speaking with your mouth and without using your eardrums, because it's not coming from an outside entity. You're not using your ears or your mouth, but you hear it and you said it. You know, people like Mother Star, I don't have to give her that game. She definitely well versed. She definitely well versed with that game. But then, you know, I had to learn that from somebody. I didn't always know that. I used to second guess that gut feeling. And anytime I would second guess it, I would lose every time. Luckily and thankful to the universe that, you know, I didn't lose big. You understand me? I was always able to double back. I was always able to put some more money on the table and win my money back. You know, so salute to everybody in the chat, man. RIP to Takeoff, man. RIP to all the rappers. RIP to the, and you know, this is something else that I wanted to say as well. people say, man, like Charleston White, he says, you know, you guys don't talk like this when you guys don't talk like this about other. Let me say it again. You guys don't talk like this about civilians. Y'all only talk like this and spill and feel like this about celebrities. So I wanted to kind of give some context to that. These celebrities, they chant these songs. We listen to their songs, we repeat their songs, and we chant their songs, right? And we become highly invested in the art that they create, these celebrities. So when they get killed like that, unfortunately, we can hear that they got killed and we can feel their energy of leaving because we're highly invested. We're highly invested in the words that they chant. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, when a civilian dies, we have no investment in this regular person. We don't know this regular person. So let me tell you how this has to happen. If you want the same recognition, right? If somebody you know, let's say your brother gets smoked, right? You have to scream loud enough for us to hear you. If you scream loud enough, yo, they will, we will hear you and we will feel you and we will respond accordingly. But if your family ain't screaming loud enough for the deceased, why would you think we would scream even louder for something we don't even know? You know, I don't want that to go over your head or under your bridge. But when people try to make that contrast, like, oh, we just like the celebrities and we don't like nobody else, it's never like that. It's never been like that. The little boy in Chicago that Charleston White always talks about, the little girl, you know, her dad was heavily in the street. It happened to a little boy as well. Dad was heavy in the street. Dad had bodies under his belt. Dad was just in the streets and made the smart decision to pick up his little daughter and go to a McDonald's, knowing he got killers on his bumper because he done killed somebody. And they smoked the whole car. The little girl gets smoked. The daddy gets smoked. You know, things like that. You got to understand that the child will reap the sins of the father. The child will reap the sins of the parents. So it's going to be casualties like that. That's hard to digest because they children. But you got this little boy hanging with his daddy who done killed people before. When the killers and the energies and the spirits come for their daddy, they might have to take him with them if he's close enough. You understand? So when that happens and you scream, because I remember hearing about that and everybody was enraged, and then everybody started looking into the father like, why would somebody kill his son like that? And we figured out, and well, the people figured out, well, he's in the streets and he didn't kill people. He got pictures with guns. He talking about smoking packs. Why wouldn't he think that energy would take his child? Because it's a child? Nah. So I wanted to kind of break that down and get some context because not only CW, but I hear a lot of people saying that, well, you guys are talking about celebrities. Well, we hear the celebrities. We're invested in the celebrities emotionally because, music and chanting affects your emotions. You can hear that's the reason why you can hear one song, Tupac, it can make you hype. You can hear a Tupac song, man, it can make you want to go ride on somebody or it can make you want to go get some women. How do you want it? How do you feel? Growing up in this is a cash lane, living in the fast lane. I'm for real. How do you want it? Oh, when I hear that song, I listen. Hey, I'm an old head. I'm an '80s baby. My daughters look at me like, Daddy, what do you want? When I put that Tupac, you know what, man? I might put that on in a few minutes when I get off this thing and just dance around because it make me feel a certain way. How do you want it? But then I could play some Biggie Smalls, and I could play What's Beef. Beef is when you need two gats to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when ICU was guaranteed to be an ICU. Yeah, when I hear that song, I get to thinking about the ops. I get to thinking about what real beef is and how, and yeah, I get to thinking personally about how I'm feeling about some things. And yeah, if I wanted to go there, I could go there because what's beef? Beef is when you need two gats to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. So these energies from these artists, it affects our emotions. So that's why we're invested into these artists. That's why when the artist passes away, we feel away. That's why everybody talks about it when one of these, you know how big the Amigos was? Literally like the Black Beatles. To me, The only reason why Bone Thugs and Harmony can even be close is because they got that one song, Crossroads, and it went so global, just like Bad and Bougie did. You got to understand these songs are on the same channel. Salute to the new subs. Salute to all the new investors. Listen to anybody that's a new subscriber, right? Listen to me. I call your guys investors. I call the subs investors because when you come here, when you come into the chat, you invest in your time and your energy into this channel. And those are the highest forms of currency, time and energy. They got y'all thinking that diamonds and golds is the highest forms of currency. They got y'all thinking that that dollar bill is the highest form of currency. They got y'all chasing a bag instead of manifesting everything you want in this world. You understand me? We don't chase bags over here at Grown Man Business TV. We manifest everything we want out this thing. So salute to all the new investors. You are a subscriber, but to me, you're an investor because if you're here with me, you could be anywhere in the world. And if you're here with me, you invest in time and energy into this thing. So salute to all the new investors. But yeah, you know, that's something that I hear a lot of people talk about, hear a lot of people say, and I've been wanting to address that, like with Charleston White, not just him, but a bunch of people. That's the reason why we go so hard when, you know, right or wrong, when the celebrity is taken from us the way, you know, they take these celebrities from us, we get passionate, we get enraged because we've been listening to these chants for years. Now I've been listening to the Migos since Versace, when yeah, the good Versace. I wasn't even wearing designer at the time, and that Versace song made me want a Versace belt so bad, man. That's when dudes was wearing the shirts and they was tucking the shirt in behind the belt just so you could see that Medusa head poked out. Oh, we wanted one. We've been brainwashed. We was brainwashed so good. They had us. They got us. They had us. So when you take off from us like that, Nipsey Hussle, let me give y'all some game, man. I remember I went to California in 2016. The Marathon Continue CD was out because it wasn't an album, it was like a mix CD. And you know, Nipsey just had me thinking about entrepreneurship so crazy. I had never heard a young talk about entrepreneurship the way he was. It made me want to hustle harder. Listening to Nipsey Hussle in 2015 and 16 made me want to hustle so hard that, you know, I literally went to Cali. Me and my old lady went to Cali, had some business out there, and I'll never forget it. She said, where you want to go? We in California. It's your first time out here. Where you want to go? And she could tell you no lie. The first place I said I wanted to go was the Marathon store. So we put it in the GPS, right? And come to find out where we were staying at, you know, one of our friends had some property out there, and where we were staying at was 2 minutes away from the Marathon store. It was literally right up the street from Crenshaw and Slauson. It was walking distance, right? Hop in the car, go up to the Marathon store. Mind you, I'm not paying attention. It's a whole Crip drug infested. I'm talking, you can get mopped up out there. Hop out the car, go into the Marathon store, and it's like a flea shop. It's like a flea market at the time. It's like a flea market. It's 40 Crip members in there. Jay Stone was in there. I think Copy Supreme was in there. And yeah, my point is, when they killed Nipsey, I wasn't making content at the time. And anybody, especially my old lady, can tell you how it affected me. Yeah, man, it broke my heart, bro. That was the first time I ever seen somebody get smoked on camera. And homie ran up, hit him up, ran off, came back, hit him up, ran off, came back again, hit him up, kicked him his head, and ran off, bro. And I seen it with my own eyes, and like I couldn't unsee it for a long time, and it affected me. I couldn't listen to Nipsey Hussle music for a long time. It took me a couple years to even be able to listen to his music. And in due time, his energy became positive again. And I was able to still use that Marathon Continue. That's why it's Grown Man Business TV. You know, any and everybody can apply this to their life. Women can apply it as a grown woman business, and men can apply it as grown man business. But it's something universal that everybody can put their hands on and divide energy from it. Take energy from this thing. You understand me? The same way I was able to take energy from Nipsey Hussle, and the whole Marathon Continues. Like, my point of saying all that is, you know, over and over again. So if you're a civilian, you're not a celebrity, you haven't made a mark on the world strong enough for me to hear you. You all the way in Chicago, bro. I can't hear you. Now, if your family scream loud enough, if you done put in enough positive energy into this world that something happened to you that wasn't deserving, and your family is willing to die about it, you better believe in due time I'm gonna be able to hear you. Hey man, you hear what's going on out there in Chicago, man? They killed this dude, and his family is killing behind it. His family is going to war behind it. Oh yeah, black guy, man. Yeah, man. They straight bullet hit him and his kid, and them people ain't even go to war behind Nipsey Hussle. You know, that leads me into Young Dolph. You know, I just did a video on Young Dolph. I suggest you check it out. You know, Young Dolph, his body still dropping behind Young Dolph. That little girl, a lot of cash, Desto. The third suspect that they found on Young Dolph, that was his daughter in Houston. Now, oh, we're gonna get into that. The third suspect from Young Dolph's murder has attempted murder charge. He has a first degree murder charge. Oh, and the last charge, last but not least, he has a conspiracy charge. Oh, that means he conspired to kill Young Dolph. They conspired for months, multiple upon multiple upon multiple months to kill Young Dolph. And that same suspect had a daughter named Little Cash Desto. I think that's her name. Little Cash Desto. And recently, she was in Houston for the All-Star game or for some big event. And a random car drove up, shot the car up, and drove off, and she got killed. And when you watch this video I just did on Young Dolph, you will hear the news anchor saying, we don't know if it was a robbery. We don't know if it was gang related. We don't know if it was black on black crime. We just know somebody rolled up, smoked the little girl, and drove off. That was connected to Dolph. You understand me? Yeah. That was connected to Dolph. Now let's get deeper into because her daddy just got arrested the other day for conspiring to kill Young Dolph. And I told y'all in these old videos, at the top, the higher ups and elites, they say, you know what? We tried to give Dolph $22 million. We tried to give Dolph $22 million and he turned the money down. And we needed him to sign this contract and he didn't sign it. We got to get rid of Dolph. The higher ups and elites, they dump a bag at the top. Boom. Here goes some M's. Boom. The bag trickles all the way down to the peasants and the broke boys. Because you got to know, homie that just got arrested, he probably got like 20K. Straight drop, and the little dude that was with Straight Drop in that dirty Mercedes Benz when they rolled up on Dolph, they went to court with public defenders. So they probably had about $5,000 a piece for killing Young Dolph. The bag was dropped at the top. Boom. Boom. Yeah. So these artists, we are highly invested in these artists. You got to know, man. I'm growing. We growing organically over here. We on another level over here. But my voice is powerful. You play with me. My people going. Somebody. It's got to go over and over again. It ain't gonna stop. It wouldn't stop. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm digging deep on the Young Dolph situation, and it's always R.I.P. to Young Dolph. One of the things that I always thought was fly about Young Dolph, was fire about homie, was the fact that he had the illest real estate portfolio in Memphis, Tennessee. Let me say that again. I don't want that to go over your head or under your bridge. Young Dolph had the illest real estate portfolio. Young Dolph owned over 150 properties in Memphis. I'm talking about refurbished properties, foreclosed properties, mansions, public housing, apartment complexes. Young Dolph owned over 150 properties in the Memphis, Tennessee area. His portfolio, his real estate portfolio, Yeah. Young Dolph had the most intricate. He had the best. You understand me? Real estate portfolio in Memphis, Tennessee. He is one of the top 3 real estate owners in Memphis, Tennessee. He owned over 150 to 175 properties that nobody talks about. That's grown man business. They got you thinking Dolph was he is a crack baby, preach. They got you on all that, the chanting, the music, but the real grown man business aspect, they hide from you. How do you think Dolph was able to turn down $22 million from them labels? How do you think that Dolph was able to offer and buy half of Empire Death Row Distributions? Because I gotta put the Death Row in there for a few reasons. You know what I'm saying? That kind of alters the name, so they can't say I'm directly talking about them. But then Empire Records always reminds me of Death Row Records, and I mean they remind me of Death Row Records times 100. The way they artists get smoked, Young Dolph, XX Tacion, Mo 3, Slim 400, PNB Rock. I mean, it's a gang dog. Draco the Ruler. These guys were all signed to doing business with Empire Death Row Distribution. Young Dolph, King Von. Yes, there you go. There you go, Mother Star. King Von. I mean, it's a gang of them. Yo, Aaliyah. Did y'all know that Aaliyah was in bed with Empire Death Row Records? That was one of their first sacrifices that let them know that, they got see Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and Aaliyah. Those were the first 4, artists that I saw get smoked. Aaliyah got in a plane accident where they called her up out of nowhere, said something happened to Dame Dash. They put all the equipment on the plane, knowing it was too heavy, and the plane crashed. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, she was out there to see Dr. Sebi for whatever she needed curing for. She went out there, somehow the car flips over, and she's the only one that dies in the crash. These were the experiment artists. Let's see how this works. Puffy, old Honeycombs. Honey. I don't like to call him Diddy. I don't like to call him Love. I like to call him Honeycomb. Oh, he's sweeter than honey. He's sweeter than honey, and he's softer than a bag of that Dollar Tree cotton. Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. Yeah, Tupac. These artists were experiments, and what they didn't know is that at this time they didn't know that if the artists got smoked, how high the percentages of sales would go up. They didn't know yet, so they tried it out. And what they figured out, as soon as these artists got smoked, they went diamond. Woo-wee! These artists, first of all, we got the assets to the company, so we got life insurance policies on them. They music going diamond. They done sold all their masters away. They done sold everything to us. Oh, it's we can't resist. And now they've been doing it over and over again. So when I get to, I done went in depth about this with Empire Death Row Distribution. But a lot of people don't know that Young Dolph was like on another level as a businessman, just like Nipsey Hussle was. But Young Dolph was like a real hood. See, Nipsey Hussle, he was like an African. He was from Eritrea. He was from where Moses parted the Red Sea. Nipsey, I related to Nipsey, but I related to Dolph way more because Dolph was blacker than oil. Dolph, I can relate to Dolph. I don't have that light skin way like Nipsey Hussle. I didn't have those curly jerry curls like the West Coast boys. The West Coast guys got jerry curls and their hair is real soft. And Nipsey used to get these cornrows that I just knew I could never get. But Dolph, salute to Young Dolph, R.I.P. R.I.P. to a legend. R.I.P. to a legend, man. It's spooky. But when you got people like, Mother Star, when you got people like, Jamal Rashad, when you got people like Grown Man Business TV, when you got people like YP, Young Pharaoh, and I could go down a list of others. that got this game. When you get to put, and that's why, you know, unlike these, listen, man, I'm nothing like these bloggers. You can consider me a blogger, but I got that aura. I'm an oracle. I see these things. I feel these things, and I don't fight. And I'm not up here for money. I'm not up here for your, you know, for your subscriptions. We will not sell an ounce of integrity on this channel for one subscription, for one investor, for a cash app, or none of that. You barely even hear me say like and subscribe. That's why I had to add that to my video, the little ding ding. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say it over and over again. You do what you want to do with it. You understand me? But you know, once we hit about like 15,000 subscribers, I'm gonna take it to another level, and I'm gonna set up a meet and greet. You know, I already got some people trying to book Grown Man Business TV, but again, I'm not in it for the money, and I'm not falling into any traps. I'm not falling into any traps. So I'm gonna set up my first couple meet and greets on my own. I want to set up my own first meet and greet on my own. It's gonna be in Atlanta. It's gonna be at a, you know, it's gonna be a private section. It's gonna be a private event, and when you lock in, you will get the address, and we'll lock in. Top tier security. When I'm in Atlanta, the red carpet is rolled out for me. You couldn't get close to me. You had to go through 5-6 people to even get close to me, boy. So, you know, you ain't, you know, I'm nothing like these rappers. I'm nothing like these dudes. It's gonna be, you know, it's top tier. I'm gonna have white guys with blue eyes and blonde dog fur, because I'm trying to tell you, you know, we got ether. You know, I don't like to call it hair. They got blonde dog fur. Respectfully, they got blonde dog fur. Salute Queen Virginia. Yeah, when we make our move to Atlanta and we do our, you know, you for sure will be one of the people in attendance. You know, they got that. I'm gonna make sure they got blonde dog fur. Oh, black men are so scared of blue eyes, and they so scared of a blonde dog. I mean, the fur is just like a sheepdog. I could take a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, and I could take a sheepdog, and I could brush their hair the same way, and it would shed all over the place, all over my house, all over my car seats. I'd even have dog fur on my clothes. I'd need a lint roller to get dog fur off me. Dog fur that smell like Sassoon and Newport 100s and Black and Mild smoke. Oh, the dog fur smell like Sassoon. I don't like, no, 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 no. I don't like, I got to do a Charleston White on you. No, 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 yeah, yeah. No, no, I don't want the dog fur on me. It give me the cringe when I think about dog fur being on me. But my security gonna have dog fur on them. Oh, you think so when you come to this event, just know that the security with the guns, they gonna have dog fur. Oh, 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 the one thing black men are scared of the most. The one thing black men are so scared of, not all black men, because you can never say all, because I don't bend, break, or fold to them. I look them right in the eye. A lot of the times my house is bigger than theirs. My bank account is bigger than theirs. I know all the history. We get to having conversation. I make the dog fur respect me, because they say, oh, he knows something. Yeah, he knows something. But I'm talking about the other 98% of the black men in America is scared of that dog fur. When they see that dog fur in the ponytail, and they say, oh, please, officer, please, I don't want to go to jail. Yeah. I just want to put that out there. So when you come to, I'm gonna set up an event, because more than rubbing shoulders in these chats, more than me coming up here and telling y'all this and having, you know, dialogue with y'all, we gonna get in the same building. And all jokes aside, you know, I'm talking about my black men, you know, saying grown man business. You can have dog fur as long as you standing on grown man business. You can be whatever color you are. You can attend whatever color you are, as long as you standing on grown man business. But you know, it's dog fur. So if you standing on grown man business, then you would acknowledge that our ether and your dog fur ain't the same. Oh, you would acknowledge that this melanin is from the cosmos, that we are connected to a higher being that you guys aren't connected to. See, when I have I have I have white guys with dog fur, and they love me. Because I tell them, hey, man, you ever seen one of my people shoot a big ass giraffe and stand next to it and take a picture? No, you ain't never seen. You ever seen a black woman shoot down a big ass elephant? I'm talking about is blood coming out the elephant mouth, is blood coming out the elephant nose, is blood coming out the elephant ears, is blood coming out the elephant eyes, and the blood and the white and the black woman got a shotgun in her hand, and she find a picture of a black woman shooting a big ass elephant down, because we are connected to the cosmos. We are connected to Mother Earth. We are connected to this planet. We know better than to do stuff like that. Oh, but that dog fur. Oh, you get that dog fur smelling like a fresh bottle of Sassoon, they will shoot down a goddamn 100-year-old elephant. So again, as long as you know what you're dealing with when you dealing with Grown Man Business TV, Big G and B TV, you already know what it is, the Oracle. Don't you forget the TV, and you better always remember the Oracle. If you know what you're dealing with, you are invited. But I got to send this one directly out to my black men, to my fellow gods, my non-ether gods. When I'm in Atlanta, pull up. We gonna tap in. If you in the city, to the females, to the queens. If you in Atlanta, I got, trust me, the red carpet will be rolled out, and we will be touching, and we be touching bases with each other. We will be having a few drinks. It's gonna be amazing, incredible food there that you will be able to indulge in if you want to. Drinks will be there. It's top tier. It's top tier. Again, that's another thing. We ain't, why? Because we black. We ain't got to be in the hood with it. We owning establishments. We owning property. We owning houses. We got equity in this thing. We not that. I am not the two. I am definitely the one. And I didn't have to sell my soul. I didn't have to walk through no door. I didn't have to do none of that. I'm standing on grown man business at all times, man. I make them respect me for this. When they come to my house, bro, sometimes I have people, they sell a lot of solar panels where I'm at. They knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I open the door. They look at me like, what? And they say, hey, how you doing, sir? Can I speak to the owner of the house? You're speaking to him. Wow, beautiful house. Yeah, thank you, man. How you doing? What's going on? I make them respect me. You're going to respect every aspect of this grown man business. You're going to respect every aspect of this melanin that you're looking at. And you're going to look into my eyes so I can look into your soul. Because that dog fur you got let me know that you ain't got a soul. You are not connected to the solar. Okay, that's a whole nother rabbit hole, my G. But I do respect y'all on a certain aspect, and we can build. But the solar system I'm connected to, you ain't connected to that. So that's why your old lady smoked that elephant the other day. This your old lady. Now mind you, the giraffe done had 13 babies. The giraffe is 80 years old. It's an old giraffe, and the giraffe ain't never had no problems with lions, tigers, or bears. But you send Becky out there with that Sassoon smelling dog fur, and she's gonna shoot that giraffe down. And it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times. If you are a new subscriber, if you are a new investor, spread the word. You understand? The voices are more stronger and more powerful than CNN. The voices are more stronger and more powerful than Fox News. The voices are more stronger and more powerful. You understand me? Than the Breakfast Club. I know y'all sick of watching Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy play butt tag with each other every morning. I know y'all sick of that. Yeah, lions, tigers, and Becky's. Oh my. Oh my. You know what? It's scared out. I might have to take that one. Don't you? I will give props and respect where the respect is due. But when you're dealing with lions, tigers, and Becky's, oh my. Oh my. I get shirts made up, printed with that on it, and make $1 trillion. I give you a percentage out of it. Us black men, we are great innovators. We are great thinkers. We are entrepreneurs. We are great fathers. We are great businessmen. We are a lot more than gang members and monsters and killers, than the shooters and drill rappers. We are a lot more than that for the narrative they pushing out. And I'm just here to expose y'all to that. Put any white man you want to in front of me and watch me have dialogue with him. and watch them respect me at the end of it. Oh, my old lady. Oh, my old lady got an 823 credit score. Go get any Becky you want, and let's add up. Let's match up credit scores. Oh, my old lady got an 823. And you know what I learned that the Beckys do? They put their kids on it. Oh, so my daughter, my 18-year-old daughter, when she was 15, I put her on my wife's credit score. So when my daughter turns 18 next year, she will have an 800 credit score. Oh, we don't really need college. We don't need your, listen, we don't need your institutions. We can't eat those master degrees over here, big dog. We can't eat those doctorate degrees. You know, saluting, more respect to you. But the property and the equity do way better for me. Oh, the property and the equity. If you got good credit, or you know somebody that got good credit, put your kids on their credit when they turn 15 or whenever you feel like it. I would suggest you do that. That's some free game. That's some tools that you can use. Take it with you. Take it with you. I make them dog fur. I make them respect me. Huh? Yeah. So it is what it is. And it'll be what it's going to be. We over an hour and a half in. Yeah. You know, I be having to keep her low. You know, one thing I'm going to tell you, black men, listen to me. Find you a black woman. I'm not talking about a mixed breed. I know disrespect. I'm talking about find you a black woman that's really got, you know, she black. You understand me? But she good with them people. Oh, it's certain black women that those people are really, they love these black women. I'm talking about the dark-skinned black sister, and you know, they can sit in the same room with these people because they have education, they have great credit, and they're very well spoken, and but they love. Is you wouldn't believe. Listen, I know y'all looking for the so-called exotic. Oh, you want a BBW. Oh, you want all of these things. But I'm telling you, it's a sister out there that literally can go in rooms that you can't go in trust me. And I send my old lady in there. Oh, trust me. Listen, I send her in there to the point where I don't show her. I don't want you to connect her to me because I'm still a little bit rambunctious. I'm still a rebel with this. And if you find out that she rocking with a black man like myself, they might get scared. So I keep her far away. But yeah. I don't play no games. One thing you need to know, two things for sure. It's a certain amount of respect you get when you got a red wedding ring on and you respect those vows. Oh, listen. I know in our culture, they tell you to be like DMX, Lisa, Tisha, Veronica, Rhonda, Shonda. You know how DMX had this song with all the women in it. You know how they lied to us. Let me tell you something. A billionaire, right? A millionaire, you get to talking to them and they'll say, oh, yes, Mr. Grown Man Business TV, I've been married 5 times. 5 times? Damn. And you get to thinking to yourself, well, I used to get to thinking to myself when I would rub shoulders with the dog fur, and I would say, man, you've been married 5 times. What they understand is marriage is a business. So you don't want to necessarily just base your marriage off of love. You should only base your marriage off of 10% love, and the other 90% need to be somebody you can do business with. So a millionaire white guy will get married 8 times in a row, bro, when one black guy won't even want to get married once. You understand? Because they understand the power. So, you know, I don't know, man. You go from this culture we come from, and you get married. And when I first got married, I would like do stuff like leave my ring at the house. And, I don't know, man. I just would do stuff like that, right? And then there would be certain times where I would have left my ring in the house, and I would be in a room with people, and they'd be looking at me and my wife like we are not married. And the respect level changes. It almost looks they don't respect. They respect marriage, bro. And our ancestors respected marriage. That's why you always had the man, woman, and child, divine order, man, woman, and child. Call it marriage, call it unity, whatever you want to call it. We were on to that. We wouldn't move without it. Man, woman, child. They done tricked our people to think that you need to be single and you need to be an independent woman. Oh, black women, let me tell y'all something. Y'all the only independent women in the world. Oh, thank you for the downloads. Oh, when they come strong. I can't hold it in no more. Do you see what? Let me give you an example. Mexican women. Oh, Mexican men. You ever work with Mexican guys? They get drunk off that Modelo's and they will whoop they old ladies. I mean, they vicious now. You think black men is bad. Mexican men cheat on their wife. They beat them. They disrespect them. But you better know something. Them Mexican boys come to work every day with lunch. A Mexican man could be selling pineapples on the side of the interstate, and trust me, his old lady respects him to the utmost. And he go to the side of the interstate. He ain't making six figures. He go every day. He sell fruit on the side of the interstate. When he go home at night, he is highly respected. Now let a black man be selling some damn pineapples on the side of the interstate, and look how the black woman treated. White woman. Okay, let's talk about Becky. Lions, Tires, and Becky's. Oh my. Oh, that one. It just flows off my tongue so right. I'm going to keep that one. Let's talk about the Becky's, right? Becky, the husband, go out on business meetings. Oh, he make a lot of money. He make a lot of money, and he got little side Becky's too. He smashed and he cheat on his wife. Then when he come home, him and his wife, they comb their dog fur back and put them in ponytails, and they have wine. They drink wine. Oh, and when old Mr. Ben get drunk enough, he get to smacking on Becky. Ain't no divorce in that, boss. Becky stay down. Becky take those smacks, and she stay down, and she don't bow out. Black men, hey, we got to be perfect. We got to be perfect. We can't have no, and I understand. I'm a black man, so once I realized I was gonna marry my old lady, I play it perfect, bro. I don't play no games. I go, you understand what I'm saying? They respect marriage. Yeah. Only grown men know this. And that's why, again, I'm not the in all be all. But a lot of the game that I do have, I realize people don't have it. Y'all think it's cool to be walking around and having they don't respect. So when you go get certain jobs, bro, on a certain level, they want a man in that position that has a responsibility at home. They do. They want to know if you're married. It's not just for taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's not just for tax purposes. If you got a wife at home, if you got kids at home, and you the head of your household, that means you're not going to just leave this job. You're not just going to leave this money. You come in here because you got responsibilities that need to be, oh, yeah. I wouldn't tell women to be docile. Some women are docile, but a lot of them just respect marriage to the utmost and the highest. We have not been bred or taught to respect marriage. We have been taught. And I think I'm gonna do a video on that. I seen a clip. I'm gonna do a video. I'd already took the clip, but I hadn't done the video yet. The downloads had me talking about other things. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these women, we have been taught not to respect marriage. We have been taught that, it's just a piece of paper. Oh, it's just a piece of paper. Why do we need that? Why do we need just a piece of paper? No, it's a business agreement. Why do you think when things go array in certain ways, the man pays the most for it? Because the man is the head of the household. The man is now, listen, this is what I learned with this thing, right? When my wife father handed her over to me, I done took her last name and replaced it with my last name. Who else in this world got my last name that I'm responsible for? My babies, my daughters, my sons, and my wife. So I done made this woman, I done took her under my wing and took responsibility of this woman, just like I took responsibility for my kids. That's why the man is the head of the household. That's why you women got to understand where y'all fall, and y'all are not above or behind, but not even equals. Y'all have a lane and we got a lane. I'm not equal to a woman, and a woman is not equal to me in certain ways. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So again, they done got black women thinking, man, I'm equal to you, or I'm not. Nah, shorty. If somebody listen, this is how I made my wife understand this analogy, right? I told my wife, I love guns. Oh, I got guns all over the house. We're gonna get into purpose. I'm gonna give you where we at. I'm gonna give y'all another 15 minutes. That'll be 2 hours. So I'm a dab into purpose in just a little bit, right? But I told my wife, we got a big house. We hear things at night. If you got all the TVs off and the lights off, man, you can hear like certain stuff. Like you can hear the house. You'd be like, yo, somebody in the house. When we first got in this house, man, it would be like a scary thing. You'd be asleep, you hear something. I ain't never looked at my wife one time and said, hey, baby, look, take this gun, go downstairs and see what's in the house. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when it comes to certain realms, you're not on the same level. Anytime we hear something in the house, my wife look at me and say, hey, hey, baby. And I don't hesitate. I'm going downstairs to see. Maybe I'm gonna have to kill somebody. Maybe somebody gonna harm me. But I'm the line of protection. That's a part of purpose. Women have to find their purpose. Listen, at the end of the day, I have to pay the ultimate price for this thing. When you look at the male lion, he get all these lioness. He get to have sex with all of them. He make a bunch of babies and they have a big pride. And then next thing you know, when he get old, he start hearing them young lions all the way over there making and he know they coming. Oh, in his head, he know they coming. And guess what? He gonna have to die about these lionesses. The male lion don't ask no questions. When he hear them lions coming, he go out and he fight. And if he come back, that mean he won. If he don't come back, that mean he didn't win. Simple and plain. So a woman could never be equal to a man if you ain't got to die about this situation. Now, I could never be equal to a woman because I don't help support life. I just create life. The sperm is alive. Your egg is not alive until the sperm goes in it. Oh, thank you for the downloads. Look, the sperm is the light. The egg lay dormant. And listen, it lay dormant until I put the life in it. And let me tell you something. If I don't put life into that egg, you will have a menstrual cycle where you will bleed and the egg will come out and you will flush it down a toilet or it will be in a maxi pad. That's how useless it is without life. The egg is so useless that without life, it just comes out in blood and it comes out in the maxi pad. Now, let me tell you about the life I create, the sperm. I can give it to the egg or I can squirt it on your face and you can have it on your face and it will help you with acne. I can give it to the egg or I can squirt it on your stretch marks and you can rub it in. It can help tighten up your skin. I mean, it's so many different things that women can do with the sperm because it is a life source. Okay, a little bit. Let me just take one more step deeper. If a male is jerking off every day and ejaculating too much, it takes life out of him. You actually are killing yourself. So to all you guys out there that you think you don't need a woman and you go on Pornhub every night and you're smacking these videos and you're killing yourself. Okay. Now purpose. When you have to be purpose driven as a man. And because I have a lot of guys, listen, I'm not a marriage counselor. I was blind man shuffling with this thing, bro. Like I knew who she was and I went with what the downloads were telling me. The downloads were telling me this what you need to do and I did it, right? But when you are manifesting your purpose, then your wife will come. Because I have a lot of guys inside the DM, Big G and B, how did you know she was your wife? Big G and B, how did you pick her? And you wouldn't believe how many young men, I should probably do a video on it, come into my DM and say, Big G and B, man, I didn't know you was married, man. How did you know she was the one? And I could give you like a cliche answer. I could say like, I just knew. I can't explain it. I can't put it into words. I just knew it. Nah, I was chasing my purpose, bro. I wasn't thinking about women. I wasn't thinking about marriage. I was chasing what the downloads and what the vision was. And I had tunnel vision and I couldn't see nobody else. I just was looking straight. And somehow she was still in my view as I was chasing my purpose. So when you chase your purpose as a man, and I'm gonna close out with the purpose. When you chase your purpose and you're a purpose-driven man, then your wife will find you. That that's how you'll know. You won't be able to put it into words, but you'll be able to say, man, I wasn't even looking. She is a part of my purpose. Whatever your dreams are, whatever you're manifesting, she's going to listen. Let me give you some game and what make women powerful, right? Whatever you give a woman, and an old head told me this, bro. Whatever you give a woman, they will multiply it. Do you understand? So you give a woman a sperm, she will create a baby. You give a woman $1,000, she will create 100. Look at Gucci Mane. He went to jail. He didn't know if he was getting out. He didn't know if he was going to live or die. He gave that girl like $1 million and she turned it to $100 million. The right woman will multiply your purpose. The right woman will multiply whatever you manifest. You ever notice this is grown man business? And I know a lot of you youngsters ain't going to understand this, but that's why I'm here, right? When I was growing up, my uncles and all their homies went to work every day. Yeah, hit the like button and all that. I don't be, do all that. They went to work every day and they would come home every week and give their wife their whole check. Now, mind you, they probably took $100 out the check so they could go play spades and gamble and whatever they like to do. But the majority of the check, 90% of the check went directly to the wife. And I was a youngster, man. And, I grew up under real men, bro. I didn't grow up under these Drake, soft hand, Dollar Tree, cotton type of men that y'all got privy to. Y'all privy to, like, I didn't grow up under those type of men. I grew up under real men, bro. Real men that could fix a whole house, that'll smack your whole face off if you disrespected them, like real men. And I used to always like talk crazy to my uncles. I would be like, yo, like, you a simp, like you a sucker, right? You go to work every day at this place. You laying bricks. You laying bricks every day. You working hard every day. And you come home every Friday and give anime your whole check. Like, what the like, yo, I used to never could understand. Yeah. Well, I know, I never say it. Listen, let me tell you something, homie. Never say all. One thing I don't do is ever say all, and you just typed all. Don't ever say all in any aspect of any situation, in anything, because all is never, you can never apply all to anything. All people are not the same. All women are not the same. All men are not the same. All water is not the same. All air is not the, bro. Come on, man. You know where you at? You in grown man business TV, bro. So I can give you some game. You just typed in all, but I'm gonna keep going. And I would chastise them, you know what I'm saying? And I would talk crazy. I was a youngster, you know what I'm saying? And I would always look down and talk crazy to them and say, yo, they come home every day and they give, they give Auntie May all the money every time they come home. And one day, one of my uncles pulled me to the side and he gave me this game and it burned into my mental Rolodex. And the real game from real grown men, I could never forget it. And he set me down and he said, man, listen to me. He said, listen to me, nephew. When you find the right woman, she's going to multiply everything you bring to the table. Anything. If you give this woman a penny, she's going to turn it to $5. You give this woman a penny today, she'll turn it to $5 tomorrow. You'll have $2.50 in your pocket for lunch, and you'll have for gas, and you'll have lunch made. Dinner will be made. Pork chops, whatever you eat, lamb chop, whatever it is, you will have it times 10. Tenfold. That's what he said, tenfold. That was the first time I ever heard the phrase tenfold. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him like, all right, now this is one of my uncles that called me the other day. One of my uncles that I truly respect every word. I don't take everything, but I respect his opinion. And he said, anything you give a woman, she's going to multiply tenfold. He said, that's how you're going to know who your wife is, youngster. So don't play with this with anime. He said, do you ever see, he said, nephew, do you ever see me miss a meal? I said, no. He said, anytime you come in his house, ain't that stove hot? That's another phrase that the first time I ever heard it. He said, ain't that stove hot? God damn. I said, yeah. Yeah. Every time I come over here, it's food being made, big dog. He said, Every time I come home, ain't she here? Do you think, you think she? I said, nah, matter of fact, yeah, the anime is definitely a loyal woman. Mm, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that's a whole nother rabbit hole with the swine. I can give you some good game on the swine as well. Because swine is not the real swine, they are vegetarians. They eat roots and vegetables and stuff like that in the woods. And that swine meat wasn't good. It's actually the beef. I don't eat pork right now, so don't get me wrong. I don't eat no pork, but I don't eat no beef neither. Beef, that red meat, that's the white people's diet. That's why they like blood. That's a whole nother. I could go deep on that. But he gave me that game and I never forgot it. And as I got older, I would run across certain women before I was married. I would run across certain women that had that quality. And it would always stand out to me. The women that if you needed something, they could, like, bro, if you needed something, they wasn't like docile, but they would multiply even your thoughts. Yeah, 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 like Caucasian people, Caucasoid people, Neanderthals, Vikings, those type of people. The dog fur, the fur, the hair that sheds like a sheep. You know what I'm talking about? The slave owners ate beef, and they gave the slaves the pork. And those slaves used to live to 105, 110. I mean, you can look now and still find black people from those days that are 101 years old, 113 years old, and their whole diet was pork. Yeah, cave people, Neanderthals. No, no, respectfully. If you don't know who your ancestors are, I can give you some game on that. See, yeah, 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 yeah. Mother Star, I can let her give you, the stars. I can give you game on a lot of things. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, uh, not even slaves. Let me rephrase that because you're right. They wasn't slaves. It was Negro farmers. We cultivated this land, and you had people that would come and sit on these farms, and they passed laws back in the day that if you sat on a farm for over 2 months, then you had rights to buy it. You understand me? So the pork that's being fed now is definitely deadly meat. All the meat that's being fed now is deadly. But back in the day, the pork that ran free in the wild, that all they ate, they didn't eat the plants that had the GMO sprayed on it. They ate natural plants and natural roots. That pork was not bad. And then when you eat that pork and you go out as a worker or indentured servant and you work in the fields and you sweat like the real grown men used to do back in the day. They didn't sit in offices and cubicles and have the AC on all day and, oh, it's too hot outside. They went out in the heat and they sweated that they sweated the toxins out, and they lived to be 105, 110. So, you know, that's how you're going to find your wife, to anybody that's in the room, man. The woman that will multiply everything, that manifests. When you manifest something, she's going to multiply it. So let me give you some game. When you have a thought, you say, baby, the download's been telling me to do this, and I'm going to go with it. And she don't question you. She say, okay, let's figure this out. Okay, I don't know how it's going to happen, but daddy, if you say this what it is, then we going for it. When she don't question your thought, when she don't question your voice, when you man enough and you running your household strong enough that your old lady don't question, this female don't question you as a man. Yeah, and now mind you might just be boyfriend and girlfriend, but you telling your girlfriend, listen, I really want to do this. I know I'm working corporate America, but this what I have a dream to do. This what I can't stop dreaming about this. This what I want. And she say, I don't know how we gonna get this done. I mean, I don't know. It's your vision, daddy. But if you telling me that's the vision, then I'm gonna follow your footsteps. That's your wife. A lot of these women, they following money. A lot of these women, they following the bag. A lot of these women, they following Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and Hot Girl Summers, and they following everything except for the man. And again, like I said, for us black men, it's 100 times harder because we got to be successful. We got to have good credit. We got to be making over 100. You see these clips on Instagram and all that. We got to be making over $200,000 a year. These women want us to be perfect, but the white guy Ben, he ain't perfect. Oh, Hector Harendos, Harinde. Oh, Hector selling. Hector, he go every day. Hector, he go every day to the interstate and he sell pineapples. And guaranteed, Hector got a brand new lunch made every day. And his old lady makes sure dinner. Listen, she makes sure that stove hot when he get home for them tortillas and them soft tacos that he like. Or he like his tacos soft. He don't like hard tacos. He want his tacos made soft. And he want extra tortilla sauce, and he want extra, yeah. He want extra, oh, don't put no lettuce on them soft tacos because they get soggy. He don't, and I guarantee his tacos is made nice and neat. And that boy go to the corner store and sell a bunch of lemons and pineapples every day. So as black men, it's harder for us because we are the gods of this earth. So the women we come across, they don't really know, a lot of the time they don't know how to articulate it, but they see the God in us. They know we ain't got they know this is ether growing out of us. They see the God in you. So now another thing, the woman that pushes you, because I want to, show you the docile, the woman that's gonna push you. You tell your woman, hey, this is my dream and this is what I want. And she say, okay, I'm gonna follow your footsteps, and you get to slacking. You've been playing a video game a lot. You've been on the phone with Tyrone, and you and Tyrone been talking a lot, and y'all been watching a lot of rich slaves drive back, because the rich slaves play basketball and the rich slaves play football, and you've been watching a lot of football and a lot of basketball, and she ain't seeing you do what you said you was gonna do, and she get the pushing you. She get the testing you. That pressure, a lot of us don't like. A lot of men, I'm using black because that's what everybody's doctrinated with, but I know that, I know the oranges of that. I can go deep into that as well. We're not going to do that. I'm going to stay on course. A lot of men, us, don't like the pressure that you got to go through to reach greatness. Oh, I think this is the last download. I think it's the last one, and then I'm going to slide out because I got things to do. Listen to me. When you're going towards greatness, you're going to feel pressure. When you're going towards greatness, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And the old lady, your life partner, when she see you getting comfortable, when she see you slacking, she's going to push you towards your greatness. And you don't want to be pushed. You don't want to be nagged. Oh, she nagging me. No, she not nagging you, boy. Little boy. Oh, she not nagging you, little boy. She pushing you towards greatness. So either you gonna man up, or you gonna man up, or you gonna argue with this woman. And the men that I grew up under, they ain't do a lot of arguing with anime. You ain't seen, I ain't never seen my uncle do too much arguing with anime. Because when she was pushing him towards greatness, he might leave the house. He might go to his homie Bob, how they would kick it and have a few drinks, and they would talk about it. And Bob was his best friend. He would say, man, Anna love you. I rock with you, dog. But Anna right, man. Anna right. You need to go back home and you need to handle that. Not the dude that's gonna tell you, oh man, let's go to the strip club and trick on these strippers then if Anna. Nah. So I think what I am gonna do is start just giving. I'm not a marriage counselor, but I do have that game they asking from in the DMs. Salute to everybody in the DMs. They asking for that game. I get so many young dudes that ask me how do I know she's marriage material? How do I know this? I'll be like, bro, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. The women, hold on, guys. Let me make sure I ain't even check. And the way my MacBook do, I should have just cut off on you. Let me make sure I'm plugged up. But the women that y'all got the pick of the litter that y'all got, I couldn't really tell you if they was good women or not. It's a whole different day and age now. That's why I'm just glad I'm off the market, because I don't know how to pick through these women. But certain things just is universal. Certain traits and certain things are universal. They are timeless. They don't go away. So the traits that are timeless, I'm gonna go ahead and start giving some of that game up. To these youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you walk into that room and you got your baby in your hand, or your son, or your kids with you, and your wife got a wedding ring on, and you got a wedding ring on, and you FBA, or you look like me, right? Because I don't even like, you're right, I don't like to use the word black, but we all been indoctrinated with it. It helps me get my point across. But when you look like me and they see both of y'all with a wedding ring on and y'all unified, oh, the respect level go from here to here before you even open your mouth. And then you be quiet and you let your old lady do a lot of the talking. You let your old lady, I don't be saying much. Yeah, we handling business. My old lady get to talk. She love to talk. Oh yeah, well, I got a doctorate degree and I got a master's degree in this, and you know, whoop, and we own businesses, and yeah, our house is worth 600,000, and woo, they get to looking at me, and I'm just like, yeah. She ain't lied to you one time. I throw a head nod. Mm-hmm. I learned that from my uncles too. I don't get to saying much. I'm like, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another. I'm from the South, baby. Yeah. So listen, man, we 2 hours in, man. Salute to all the new subscribers. Salute to all the new investors. You understand me? When you come over here to Grown Man Business TV, you are investing your time and your energy. And those are the two highest forms of currency. There's no higher form of currency than your time and your energy. You understand me? Without time, it don't matter if you're healthy or not. Without time, it don't matter if you got $1 trillion or not. Without time, it don't matter about your health or your wealth if you ain't got time first. And your energy, you know, when you exhort your energy, the higher ups and elites, they know this. They got y'all chasing a bag when really they trying to get y'all to exhort more energy. And hopefully it's negative energy so they can thrive off it. So I'm here to tell you that your time and your energy and positive energy is what you invested into this channel. You understand? And that's why we growing organically. We will not sell integrity. You will not see me up here talking all crazy. No. We're going to have fun with this. But then at the same time, we're going to build. And we're going to definitely start building, start linking in person. We definitely going to start making this thing jump. Salute, man. We approaching 14,000 subscribers organically. No antics, no extras, no preservatives. You understand me? So listen, man, you already know what time it is. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you could tap in or you could tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottle. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We giving it to you straight raw. Long live Takeoff. R.I.P. to Takeoff. A young Don, a young legend, a young king. 28-year-old black male did dirty out there in Houston. That's how we started this. Even this conversation started. R.I.P. to young Dolph. A young Don, a young legend, a young king. You understand me? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. I want to send my positive vibrations out there. Jamal Rashad, I got word in my DM, homie, that you incarcerated, that they've been hearing you talk this truth, and they locked you up. They locked you up for a crime you definitely didn't commit, because you've been well off the streets. But you know how they do us. You know how they do these God. When they see the God in you, it scares them. So I want to send my positive energy out to you, Jamal Rashad. And secondly, I want to say, I want to do the same thing with young Pharaoh. You know, young Pharaoh, man, you know, you spearheaded a lot of this stuff, a lot of this energy that's happening right now, a lot of the things that's taking place. Trust me, if you believe it or not, Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, a lot of these things that are taking place, they was watching young Pharaoh in his prime. They might not tell you this. They might not shout him out. But you got to know, everybody was watching young Pharaoh when he was causing havoc in this industry, when he was spilling the truth, when he was dropping game on the ground for the hungry hounds. All the celebrities, all the higher ups and elites, everybody was watching young Pharaoh. So I would tell you, young Pharaoh, to reemerge, my G. Pop out. We looking for you, man. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care if you on drugs. I don't care how it's going down. I would love for you to pop out. I would love to rub shoulders with you. I would love to get some game off you and spill some game with you. Whatever you going through out there, I'm gonna send my positive vibrations and my positive affirmations to you, big dog. Yeah, we gods on this earth. And you know what? Here at Grown Man Business TV, we doing God's work. So tap in and tap out. Salute to all the new investors. Salute to all the new subscribers, man. Stay tuned. I just dropped a video about young Dolph. I'm about to edit a video right now, and that'll be posted tonight. Tap in and tap out.